Father Franck, Mr. Kernian, faculty, family, friends, and fellow members of the class of 2018. 5 years ago, we stepped into the unknown world of Jesuit High School. It has been a journey full of exploration, marked by the expansion of our minds and the animation of our hearts. T.S. Eliot said, "We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time." We come tonight to the end of our years of searching and exploring at Jesuit, but the sense of adventure continues in the excitement we hold for our futures. And in a real way, we arrive where we started, with the familiar feeling of an unknown world before us, but this time carrying with us an appreciation of our peers and the sense of home and belonging we found at Jesuit. So we return to our starting point and seek to know the place for the first time. Sitting with the same people at lunch for 5 years, I have come to form meaningful friendships. At times, we have faced hardships on our path in challenging and unknown subjects, but our teachers taught us not to fear failing, and even to embrace it as a means of growth. Take Mr. David Wright, for example. Mr. Wright, we will never forget that the greatest lessons are learned not when we relish in the things we already know, but when we, in your words, eat dirt. When we adventure into the unknown and reach our limits. On behalf of the nearly 6,000 Blue Jays you have taught, we say thank you as you leave Jesuit, the second longest tenured classroom teacher in the school's history. While confronting failure is a hallmark of exploration, so too is the opportunity to meet new friends. My friends include more than just my lunch group and classroom peers. I'm a member of the track team, where I have forged friendships with people who share my love for the sport. We came together as a team to give our best effort and represent ourselves and our school proudly. We suffered injuries and defeat, but grew as individuals and friends in the process, making the failure well worth the experience. My favorite memories, though, were the times when my friends took part in events purely for the joy of the experience and not out of necessity, especially when they formed a cabbage ball team in the intramural league. While I was watching my friends play, I noticed something. I saw other teams playing and experiencing their own sense of group fraternity, just as my friends were. I recognized and took joy in the fact that we all share the same feeling of being at home within our respective groups. I've come to respect other groups and empathize with them by experiencing their likes and dislikes through events such as our, at times unique, pep rallies. I mean, how many schools have pep rallies for the PSAT and a production of Fiddler on the Roof? I noticed this empathy even more when our classmate Chris Morrell was Skyped in for the senior superlatives, because he and our whole class felt at home having him present. Chris, we are so happy you are here with us tonight. It took me 5 years, but the term man for others finally made sense to me. It's more than making kind gestures or offering oneself for the benefit of others. It's being able to identify with someone. It's different kids in different groups having different experiences, but with the same result, a feeling of being valued, loved, and at home. Although we feel at home in our respective groups, that begins to change today. These past 5 years, Jesuit has given us the opportunity to meet and grow close to people that are like us and people that we want to be like. This is how our smaller groups formed in the first place. But it has also given us the opportunity to befriend people who are not like us, people we wouldn't have been able to meet otherwise. As we leave here, our groups will grow to include not only our friends from Jesuit, but also our friends after Jesuit. But we will always return to the ideals instilled in us by Jesuit, our home. We take to the world to explore and feed our imaginations to the fullest. We will encounter hardships and we will encounter joys. And for all this, our explorations will never end. We will journey on with the lessons of our home at Carrollton and Banks, embracing failure as an opportunity for growth, enjoying the shelter of our valued friendships, and appreciating everyone's uniqueness. We move on to a broader world, and at the end of our journey in life, we will remember well the words of Eliot. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. Thank you.